Welcome to the Defense and Aerospace Report. I'm Vago Muradian here at the Dubai Air Show, where our coverage is sponsored by FLIR, and we're over at Air Tractor to talk to Tom Menker, who is a business development rep with the company. Tom, thanks very much for talking to us.
Pleasure to be with you all.
You are a retired United States Air Force colonel, a graduate from the United States Air Force Academy. You flew F-15s, and now you are selling a very different kind of airplane, which is an agricultural aircraft that was modified for the close air support mission. I think it was around 2009 or so. You guys were at the Paris Air Show, where you unveiled this kind of sort of real out-of-the-box thinking. Talk to us a little bit about where the program is now. You know, you guys were partnered with IMAX, I think, and sold 24 of these aircraft to the United Arab Emirates, which was a real breakthrough. They've gone another way with a Thrush aircraft, but bring us up to speed on that original program, what you guys learned from it, and what are some other opportunities that you guys are now pursuing?
Well, we learned from that experience that the aircraft has great application in today's security environment. Specifically, as U.S. Air Force has said repeatedly, 99% of our missions by F-35s, F-16s, F-22s are being conducted in a permissive environment. So we're burning through really expensive flight time on aircraft that can operate in any environment, but we need to be flying and thinking about operating in a permissive environment. Thus, this type of an airframe becomes that much more viable, that much more of a favorable place to be in terms of very low cost per flight hour, but with the ability to secure national security objectives, and the ability to deliver firepower, the ability to have long-time enduring ISR capability at the fraction of a cost of a very expensive F-16, F-22, and our high-end fighters like that. So when we look across the world at where we're having our security problems today, it's in places like Africa, it's in the Middle East, it's in Latin America, it's in the Philippines, where Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, Al-Shabaab are all flourishing, and so we need to, as the Secretary of the Air Force has said, as the Chief of Staff of the Air Force has said, it's not about the hardware, it's about growing the network and being able to build partner capacity, being able to enable a country like Kenya, a country like Zambia, a country like Uruguay, that need to deal very appropriately and quickly with these emerging threats, but do so with an affordable asset. Thus, we have the Air Tractor. We did participate in the Holloman light attack experiment. It was a great opportunity for us. The Air Force welcomed us and were very encouraging for us to participate. We were happy to be there. The aircraft performed very well. We were very thrilled.
That was an F-22 Raptor. Do you want to give us some color commentary?
We were thrilled with the chance to participate. Remember, the evaluation considered three different parts. First, the aircraft capability, the mission system, the sensors, the handling characteristic, but it was also the ability to manufacture
It doesn't get old, does it?
Make a guy jealous just watching.
Yeah, it's pretty extraordinary, actually. And if you know what's going on there, he's basically driving it straight up and keeping it straight up with thrust. So, pretty awesome.
Light attack experiment was an evaluation of three parts, really. The combat capability of the aircraft, the mission system, the sensors, the ability to deliver ordnance, but it was also the manufacturing capability of the company. Can we produce aircraft at a pace that's required and meet Department of Defense specs? The third part was contractor-owned, contractor-operated. Can you maintain the aircraft to Department of Defense specifications and provide this type of a resource in the fashion that the U.S. Air Force has grown to expect, and then deliver that to a partner nation? So if you consider now, where is light attack? It's very much a concept that the Air Force needs to be focusing upon because the requirement is there. 99% of our missions are being flown in permissive environments, so we need to find and think about a different way to deal with that threat. But it's about growing the network, building partner capacity. An aircraft like this is already operating in Africa, it's already operating in the Middle East, it's already operating in Latin America on farms, dealing with firefights and things of that nature. So a partner of the U.S. can take on an asset like this, which is simple, easy to maintain, but allows them to use the ISR capability, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, as well as the strike capability in dealing with the worldwide terrorist network.
I should also make clear that you guys are partnered with L3 Technologies on that effort, and L3 is a provider of quite a lot of stuff that goes on the aircraft, and full disclosure, L3 is one of our generous sponsors. So talk to us a little bit about sort of what's next for the program, what's next for the team. You guys are looking at a lot of these global opportunities. And you're looking at a lot of these global opportunities because, like any good idea, folks look at that good idea and then come up with competitors. As you said, IOMAX is out there with the Thrush. Wings come off of the airplane, and they're sort of touting other attributes. That's just an F-16, so it's very special still. Talk to us a little bit about what attributes you feel you guys have, what gives you guys that edge in some of these competitions.
If you look at the various attributes that were descriptive of light attack, we talked a lot about the components on the aircraft. It was also a discussion about the ordnance, the payload, and being fully mission capable. While we didn't have all of those 26 attributes, we over-deliver in terms of payload. You can look behind me and see the 10 hard points. You can look behind me. What you can't see is the fuel tanks, because the internal fuel tank is quite considerable on its own. We over-deliver in payload, we over-deliver in endurance, we over-deliver in ease of maintenance and the ability to operate from a field in Africa, a desert dirt road in the Middle East, because this aircraft is already doing that worldwide. You have a reliable, high-tech system, which includes the Forcex Widow mission system, the Moog stores management system, the MX-15 camera, as well as the Thales helmet-mounted queuing system. So you have the ability to deliver ordnance, the ability to deliver it with precision, and do so reliably and at a low cost.
One last question. How do you respond to folks when they look at it from an OAX standpoint? You know, on the high end, you've got the Scorpion, which is about a 500 knot airplane. You guys are a little bit on the lower end of that, around the 100 to 120 knot range. And some folks see that as a handicap, that you lack that speed. How do you counter that criticism?
The difference between a 160 knot or 180 knot aircraft, which this is, and a 250 knot aircraft is not that significant in the tactical environment in which we're talking. Having speed that can change the dynamic dramatically is a 550 knot aircraft. The differential between 160 and 250 is not all that profound. We're talking once again about the permissive environment, where there may be a man-pad threat, there may be small arms threat, but a 50 knot differential won't make that big of a difference. When you talk about a 550 knot aircraft capability, that's more significant in terms of making a differential, being able to operate in a highly contested environment.
Sir, thanks very much. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure.